자, 오늘도 새벽 공부를 시작하는데 신문스크랩 하나에 한 문장씩만 미친 독서법을 한번 실천하겠습니다. Hold home. I read the column about Jenna, who is a hoarder, and how terrible the condition of her house have become. Multilingual generation rising, migrant children growing presence at schools, small group lessons for non-native speakers among multicultural programs offered at elementary school. But Koreans still need improvement to follow along in subjects like science, so she learns the language in a separate class for non-native speakers 4 hours a week during school hours. Surly neighbor has alienated Good Samaritan. She makes me anxious and drives me crazy. Germany's embattled economy raises concern for Korea. Export reliance on China is among shared economic risk by Seoul, Berlin. Given the fact that Germany is steps ahead of us on immigration policy and still struggles with an economic slump, we should learn from its policies, salary, and counter population-related economic risk. Can a cheater ever change? You are also entitled to know the relationship that he has with his children. The old adage, once a cheater, always a cheater, seems relevant here. Simplify your life. Refuse to lend money, joint venture, and unwise decision leave you struggling emotionally or financially. Embrace positive alternatives and sidle up to people who have as much to contribute as you. Sidle up. Requirements for an advanced country. According to the statistics from 2021, Korea ranked number 5 in the world in R&D spending, but spending in basic research fell sharply below those of advanced countries. Private education for kindergartners surges. Distrust in government led to rising private education costs. On average, monthly spending on private education per child amounted to 420,000 won for elementary students, 545,000 won for middle schoolers, and 684,000 won for those in high school. Youth unemployment rises as population declines. Fewer Koreans in their 20s are getting new jobs, but their employment rate is rising in the face of a population decline that misleadingly represents a top job market for young people. Autumn is coming. I visited Busan several times in fall. While many trek to the beaches in summer, it's a great destination for fall travel, including away from the city. Dear Annie, missing thank you is making me not want to send a gift. It's just this one family, and I didn't want to treat them differently like my mom does. My husband said to overlook it because it's how they are raised. But I feel I should let my grandniece know that if she can't appreciate the gift, then I will just wish her a happy birthday through text and call it a day. teen son battles insecurity exacerbated by absent father. Dear Abby, my teenage son has a difficult relationship with his dad. They talk roughly once a week, but his dad hasn't exercised visitation rights in nearly 4 years. He's retired, very well off, and has the time and resources to utilize spending time with our son. He simply chooses not to. Recent Greenland melt signals rising sea level threat. Coastal cities are at risk of submersion in coming centuries. If we want to understand the future, we need to understand the past. University of Vermont scientist Paul, who co-led the paper published in Science, told the AFP. Coastal cities in peril. This took place in a time of natural warming called an interglacial period, when temperatures were similar to today, around 1.8 to 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit, 1 to 1.5 centigrade, warmer than the pre-industrial era. Fostering our new industries hold the key. Another concern comes from the bursting of China's property bubble and the following recession. On a crusade to rebuild the China-centered global supply chains, the United States pursued a decoupling from the country by increasing the share of domestically produced strategic items like semiconductors. Dear Annie, how long to the grave? She had a son and a granddaughter. I don't know if they are going along with this prolonged grieving period with her or not, but I am sure they could use some support too. Danger of extinction, population policy failure is a national failure. However, for too many of its citizens, it is a hell. One cannot explain the world's highest suicide rate and the lowest birth rate here otherwise. Revenge of the tidal flood. Protecting tidal flood does not mean prohibiting any human activity. Instead, as the Ramsar Convention on Wetlands of international importance says, it is wise use which is necessary. The heat is not over until it's over. The president called for a novel and modern approach to tackle heat waves, distinct from the conventional method of combating heat with heat. Help animals, owners recover from catastrophe. There is other complications such as evacuation by boat, which makes it hard to bring animals along. Don't count on Camp David. If the three made real history, however, it was mostly because they got together, inked a couple of documents, and shook hands. Maybe the image of the leaders of South Korea and Japan looking so friendly was significant, but the reading of what they actually signed shows the vacuity of the tryst. In a mixing of phoning double talk and self-congratulation, they actually agreed on nothing substantive. 와, 이거 좋은 글이 여기 있었네. Don't count on Camp David. What counts is that the three, Biden, Yoon, and Kishida, reviewed carefully crafted documents and then exchanged pleasantries. That's better than nothing, but still no formal assurance of security for the region. Co-living spaces become popular among foreigners. Short-term rental seekers flock to these share houses. Extended family too close. This is the father's third marriage, and he had seven kids in total. Why do many young adults choose isolation? Out of the 129,000 young adults who were found to be in reclusion in Seoul, 62% answered that they have mentally suffered from a family member. Ageism to eldernomics to returnship. Everyone ages, body function gradually decline. It is not anyone's fault, but sometimes one may be mocked for being old. It is not uncommon to be a victim of certain discrimination. American geriatrician Robert defined this as ageism in 1969. It refers to a stereotyping based on age or clannish attitudes toward a certain age group. Ageism does not necessarily refer to old age. In a broader sense, it is about discrimination based on the age. Choding in Korean, which refers to elementary school students, and Gen MG often have a derogatory tone. Demagogy ruins friendship with neighbors. We should let our demagogues know that we are not idiots, but they are. Korea's fertility rate drops to record low of 0.7 again, decreasing population figure for the 44th consecutive month. Korea's fertility rate, or the average number of children born per woman, once again hit a record low of 0.7 in the second quarter, down by 0.05 from the same period last year, according to Statistics Korea on Wednesday. Empowering women goes beyond representation. Reskilling program for female staff aim to enhance capabilities in male-dominated areas, says SB Bank's HR head. She cited the example of implementing upward feedback in Korea, where cultural norms initially posed challenges. Droning co-worker. To add to this, she had a serious case of one-upmanship syndrome. Mipped over the missed call. Truly, I don't know how she got that idea. I never said anything like that. This was the first time I've ever mentioned a disagreement that I had with my husband, and she texted me about her relationship woes all the time. I don't mind that. I just thought it was a two-way street. Michelin star chef had harmonized French cuisine with a Korean flair. Led by Chef Pascal and his two souls chef. The culinary experience promised a creative journey featuring a 7-course menu complemented by 5 wine pairings. Struggling to trust my daughter's father. I know that I was wrong, but he had no intention of telling me what she had done and planned on living a double life, his own rules. Don't neglect to help due to a lack of funds. Contact like-minded people and work together to build a healthy lifestyle, rich with love, trust, and empathy for others. Your time and effort are worth more than cash and will offer higher rewards.